Obi.
Okay, guys, so the guy standing in front of that video is Ovie Omo-Agege, who just resigned from the APC and moved to the NDC. You see, there's a part of scripture that says that when the ways of a man please God, God go make him enemies, they have peace with them. That means say all the opposition, all the people where they talk against them, all the people where they fight them, they'll come there at peace with them. They'll come, they move, come close to them. Small. They'll come, they decamp, they leave their political parties, they go NDC. Now we they see. So on the show today, we're going to talk about the mass movement of people from the APC to other political parties, because many people have actually left the APC, especially since after their primaries, which was extremely fraudulent. And then we're going to talk about the kidnapped victims, the Oyo State teachers and the students still being held in captivity. Welcome to An African Perspective. Okay, guys, welcome to An African Perspective. The show today promises to be very exciting. I tell you, I have a lot of gist to give you guys. First of all, we're starting with the video we just watched, which is Ovie Omo-Agege shouting "I" and stating that he supports Peter Obi. This was Ovie Omo-Agege that, as of 2 weeks ago, was in the APC. So what happened was that when the APC conducted their primaries, I think he was contesting for Delta Central Senatorial seat. Ovie Omo-Agege contested with Defecting for the APC senatorial seat for Delta Central, and he lost, and he immediately decamped to the NDC, under which he is going to contest for that same position. So he's going to be contesting against Defecting and any other person from other political parties. But what is most shocking to me when I watched that video was how Nigerian politicians actually behave. Now, one thing you must realize with many Nigerian politicians is that they are very selfish people. Selfishness is one thing that characterizes many Nigerian politicians, because if Ovie Omo-Agege had not lost that primary, he would have still been in the APC. He won't be here today shouting Obi. In fact, I want you guys to watch a video of Ovie Omo-Agege supporting the ratification of Peter Obi as the presidential candidate of the NDC.
Through His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi's presidency, I hereby move that this special convention should affirm Mr. Peter Obi as the presidential candidate of Nigeria Democratic Congress for the 2027 general elections. I so move. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the leader of our party, Your Excellency, the national chairman of our party, Your Excellency, Gregory Peter Obi, CON, Your Excellency, Senator Rabiu Musa Akwankwaso, CON, members of this special convention. I am Senator Ovie Omo-Agege. I come from Delta Central Senatorial District in Delta State. With a heart full of so much emotions and excitement, filled with hope and expectations, I rise to second the motion based on the reasons already advanced by the mover of the motion, that Gregory Peter Obi, CON, be affirmed and adopted by this special convention as our presidential candidate and a flag bearer in the 2027 general elections. I so second.
Ovie Omo-Agege is supporting Gregory Peter Obi. See, the things they have for this Nigeria, things they shock me. Ovie Omo-Agege, where they support Tinubu for 2023. Yes, now. Prior to 2023, he contested for, I think it was governor of Delta State. He did not live by himself. He took Victor Ochei along. Victor Ochei used to be the former speaker of the House of Assembly in Delta State. In fact, so many people have actually left the APC. The APC is going to see a lot of mass defections. They are not even ready for it. People will come out APC. Between now and election, many people are going to leave the APC. And I'll tell you why. INEC, as a very corrupt body that it is, put down a law that nobody could leave the political parties that they were in before a certain date. That was why Peter Obi had to leave the ADC to join the NDC, because he had a timeline. So if you follow the movement of Peter Obi, you understand that he left on May 3rd, which was, I think, some days before the deadline that INEC gave. I can say categorically that the reason why INEC put that deadline was because of Peter Obi, because they wanted to trap Peter Obi inside the ADC, but Peter Obi was smarter than them, so he left them and moved to the NDC. So what happened was that the Federal High Court delivered a judgment on Wednesday and overturned the INEC timetable. So let me just read it from Premium Times. The Federal High Court in Abuja has nullified key aspects of the timetable issued by the Independent National Electoral Commission for key pre-election activities, including the conduct of primary elections of political parties ahead of the 2027 general elections, holding that the electoral body acted outside of its statutory powers under Electoral Act 2026. The judgment delivered by Judge M.G. Umar Wednesday gutted key parts of INEC's revised timetable and schedule of activities for the 2027 general elections. In the decision, which is likely to send INEC back to the drawing board in preparation for the general elections early next year, the judge set aside not just the time frame for primary elections, but also post-primary election activities of political parties. Affected by the judgment are the schedules for the conduct of primary elections of political parties, as well as the time frames for the nomination, withdrawal and replacement personal particulars of candidates by their political parties, and the publication of the final list of candidates for the 2027 general elections. INEC put that plan down to hold Peter Obi, but Peter Obi was smart. So he moved to the NDC on the 3rd of May. When INEC found out that they could not hold him and that he had defected to the NDC, I'm sure they know they had lost. This judgment by these courts, by this Federal High Court, came in too late. And I can bet you that if Peter Obi had not left the ADC by now, this judgment wouldn't have come. The reason why they have ruled this now is to favor some people in the ruling APC. I'm sure there's pressure from the ruling APC of those people who want to leave the APC to other political parties. That is exactly what we are seeing today. That is why this judgment came. Because I know that the Nigerian courts, forget it, you can't get good judgment from them. How will INEC not know that they acted outside that jurisdiction? Does INEC not know the constitution? Does he not have a constitution? Does he not know that he cannot do what he did? He cannot stop politicians from moving across political parties from defecting. The rule states that you can move until 90 days before the election. So everybody can move until about September, October. They now said they can no longer move just to make sure that Peter Obi didn't leave the ADC, because they know that the ADC was riddled. In fact, they had already put their plans there, the people there to destroy the ADC. Now look at the ADC. Look at what's happening in the ADC. The ADC has 3 presidential candidates: Atiku Abubakar, Dumebi Kachiku, and one other guy that just came out yesterday. I've forgotten that guy's name. One, I think, is an Igbo guy. So they have 3 presidential candidates. That's what Peter Obi would have been fighting. So Peter Obi could read the signs. Anyways, I don't want to focus on the ADC. I want to focus on the APC and the mass defections that they're going to face very soon. Because with this new judgment, I'm telling you that a lot of people are going to leave the APC. Let me give you a short list of people who have left the APC. They have resigned from the APC. There's a lot more, but I just want to restrict it to a short list of people. We have Omo-Agege of the APC. He resigned from the APC. He has moved to the NDC. Honorable Victor Ochei, he has left the APC too. We have Mohammed Adamu, who was the former IGP. He has left and resigned the APC. So there's a difference between leaving the APC and resigning. They resigned from the APC. Rabiu Bala Kashiru, the member House of Representative from Bauchi, he has resigned from the APC. Tijani Mohammed Aliyu, APC aspirant Bauchi State, resigned from the APC. Isa Pantami, former Minister of Communication, resigned from the APC. Abubakar Dahuwa Abdul Qadir resigned from the APC. Mohammed Omadefu, Bauchi State. Sumaila Dahuwa, Bauchi State. Senator Shehu Buba, Bauchi South. So you are going to see a mass defection. We're still looking at people like Nedwoko. Nedwoko has not said what is in his mind yet. We have what's that guy's name in Lagos? Olushola Desmond Elliott that was thrown out the bus. That one has has his own issues. And you have so many people. See, there's something I like to say, and I'll just repeat myself. What are the campaign points? What are the deliverables that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to campaign with? What exactly is he going to campaign with? What is he going to say he has done? That is the problem. When you meet these APC people and you try to have conversations with them, the next thing they throw is insults, propaganda, this, obedient. I'm not obedient, by the way. I just support the man because at the end of the day, we have nobody else. At this point, Nigeria needs somebody that is young, that can do the work. Nigeria is in a turmoil. We are in a quagmire. We need somebody who has the strength. Now, anybody can do the job. That's what we will say normally. But I would prefer to go for the youngest person. The youngest person who has the vitality and the strength to do the work. Because Nigeria's work now, whoever does it. There's a picture of President Obama when he became president. He had black hair. After 4 years, all his hair was white. That is what it takes to run a country. The stress itself. Atiku is 80 years. He can't. Tinubu is old. He should go. Peter Obi is about 60 something. He has the vitality to do the job. That is why I personally will support Peter Obi with all the kidnappings and all the things happening within the country. We need somebody who can put his foot down and do the needful. Do what is required. Not do your best. We don't want anybody who wants to do their best. We want somebody who can do what is required. That is exactly where we are at this point. You see, what I suspect is happening. I believe that the next Senate and the House of Representatives are going to be all yes men. So what I noticed is that many people who spoke up against the establishment or worked against the establishment or did something that the establishment, the people who control power, they didn't return. If you look at Nedwoko, you're going to realize something. Nedwoko's problem was basically that he wanted to create, what's the name of that state? Anioma State. That was a very big problem. He just went into the Senate and all he wanted to do was create Anioma State. Nedwoko didn't really do anything for his people. Nedwoko is not really liked by his people. Go there and ask his people. They don't really like Nedwoko. Apart from all the things that they were saying that he's not a grassroots politician, he didn't consult and all those things, he's not really liked. And then he went into the Senate and began to talk about Anioma State. Instead of him to work for his people, if you work for your people will defend you. There's no amount of bribe that you can give the people in Abia now to remove Alex Oti. They will not agree. The Abia people have suffered so much in the hands of their past governors that they will not relinquish that power to anybody because of money. That is what happens when you work. So you're going to see many of these people leave the APC and move to other political parties, and it's going to be a loss for the APC. So the APC should be prepared for the mass exodus of its people. In fact, the APC is going to be torn apart. So guys, the coming days is going to reveal a lot about the APC. We're going to see if the APC can actually stand together as a political party or they are going to shatter and scatter. Okay guys, so moving on, I want to talk about the OYO'S state teachers and students still being held in captivity. Yesterday, 2 videos surfaced online. I think it surfaced within a span of less than 12 hours. And one of the teachers actually said this.
We learned that yesterday some army was sent, and that has compounded our problems. It has added to our troubles. In fact, one of us has been picked that they are going to kill him because they use force. We are pleading with you not to force yourself into the bush, but please call them and dialogue with them so that the problem can be solved and we'll be able to go home alive. They have promised to kill all of us if any of the armies come into the bush again. Please, we are pleading with you. We are begging you in the name of God. Please, please.
This was a sad video to watch because these women have been in captivity for quite a while. The children have been in captivity for quite a while too. While other children were celebrating Children's Day with their parents and their family, these kids were in the bush being flogged, being harassed, being tortured. So what the woman said in the video, which is an allegation, was that soldiers tried to enter the bush to rescue them by force and that they should not use force to come and rescue them. There was a video I saw that made me really angry with Seyi Makinde. Seyi Makinde did not try in that video because it is not everything used as a campaign. In that video, he was saying that the federal government has created policies. What am I saying? Let me just play the video.
Today, as I stand here, some innocent school children and citizens abducted by terrorists are still in captivity. As governor of Oyo State, I carry the painful body of being called the Chief Security Officer, yet lacking constitutional control over the security agencies needed to fully confront this threat. No governor should be placed in a situation where responsibility is placed on their shoulders for the necessary Security Authority is withheld. As President of Nigeria, come May 29, 2027, I will work to reform our national security architecture so that states are no longer left helpless in moments of crisis.
So he says he lacks the constitutional authority to control security agencies, and that by May 29, 2027, when he becomes president, this was very, very selfish of Seyi Makinde. This is not something he would have used as a campaign promise or as a score point. It makes no sense to me as a person. I watched a video where the husband of one of the teachers was crying. He was wailing because his wife has been in captivity for a very long time. And all Seyi Makinde can say is that he doesn't have the constitutional authority over security agencies, but when he's president, that is very, very lackluster. It is selfish of him to actually say that, because the question to Seyi Makinde is this: if your son was kidnapped, your cousin, your uncle, your father, your wife, or somebody close to you was among those that were kidnapped, will you be here and tell us that you lack the constitutional authority, or you would have found a way to bring them back? If one of those children there was your child, would you not have found a way to bring your child back? Wouldn't you have gone against the federal government? Would you not have gone as an independent person and found a way to bring them back? So these are excuses. Politicians will be politicians. I'm not saying he's not doing his best, but to use this as a cheap campaign promise was very, very awkward to me. It was sad to watch that he took it as a campaign promise and he decided to use it against the ruling APC, which has proven to be very incompetent, by the way. It's so sad how our politicians in Nigeria behave, and this is not right. It's not right, and nobody should support this. Please, the federal government should do something about these people. See, one thing that shocks me is that when they wanted to pick up Justice Crack, they were able to track him and pick him up. If I begin to curse the federal government today, steady, I begin to insult the federal government, for example, today, they will find me. What was the use of NIN? Okay, let us assume that the terrorists don't receive transfers, they receive cash, but they have NIN. To register your SIM, you need NIN. These guys make videos on TikTok. You can't tell them that they can't be tracked. In fact, to show that they can be tracked, that woman has already said that soldiers try to enter the bush forcefully and they should not do it forcefully, so they know where they are. So why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long? Do we need the US to do everything for us? I can remember a certain US national that was kidnapped. I think it was in Niger, the border between Niger and Nigeria. They sent 6 members of SEAL Team 6. They landed them in the middle of the night or early hours of the morning. They entered Niger, or I think it was the border. They killed everybody, carried their national, entered their chopper, and left. All the success we've had so far in eliminating terrorists has been with the help of the US. I don't want to believe that the Nigerian army is not trained properly, because Nigeria was in charge of many peacekeeping efforts now. ECOMOG, Liberia. Now when they go there, go keep the peace for all these countries now. What did they happen? But I believe that there's sabotage. The one Justice Crack revealed is there. There are soldiers now who are speaking up. Go on Twitter, go on TikTok. So many of them talking about how they are being sabotaged. You are giving them outdated weapons. Some soldiers are even saying that the weapons that the terrorists have is better and far superior than their own. So there's sabotage somewhere, because the US has been able to carry out attacks accurately, and it was able to unalive the second in command of ISIS. That guy was in Nigeria, the border of Nigeria here. That ISIS guy, he has been there. So we shouldn't be shocked about what is happening in Nigeria. This guy has been stationed there, and when you finally catch them, you forgive them. You call them your brothers. People who are causing mayhem to other people, causing bitterness to other people. An army general is saying that they are brothers, they are prodigal children. We should talk to them, allow them to come back. Is why they are unaliving many military men, because when you bring them back into the military, they begin to send out information. Who told you that a radicalized man can become de-radicalized? Have you seen it? That a radicalized person can be de-radicalized? Where did you see it? You people just give them a legal way to enter the Nigerian army and begin to send out signals to their fellow terrorists. So please, federal government, do something about these women and children. What I saw, the way those children were flogged, marks all over their body, it was so sad to watch. It was so sad to see. I just said that the NUT in Oyo State wants to go on strike. By all means, they should. I support them. Yes, some people will say, yes, the children will suffer, the children will not go to school. What are they going to do in school? Are the schools safe? The schools are not safe. The schools are not safe. So what I'm trying to say is this: the federal government should do their best to get these people out as quickly as possible. And Seyi Makinde, please stop giving excuses. Is this how you want to be president of Nigeria? You want to be giving excuses? This is how we even test that they can do the job. As governor, you cannot just bring out 3 people and some children and you want to be president. This is how you know they are incompetent. He's already proven that he's incompetent. Yeah, everybody wants to be president. Or you handle small issue now, you are speaking grammar. You don't have the authority, the constitutional power. But you want to be president. You want to be president of Nigeria. Is that how they become president of Nigeria? Show walking. What Nigerians are saying is show walking. Show walking, please. This has gone on for far too long. This issue has been overflogged, is being overflogged, and will continue to be overflogged. And for people who say that we are talking too much, we should go and do action, everything else on Twitter, we are social media, I want to tell you guys something. If not that we're speaking up, these guys would have finished us. You see, they are afraid because we are becoming more aware. Even celebrities abroad are speaking. I watched a video of Skepta, the British Nigerian rapper, Skepta. He was talking about Nigeria. I watched Spyro's video. People are beginning to get self-aware. They are not complaining. It's getting them scared. Imagine if we didn't speak up. Speak up first. A protest can come later. Or speak up first. Let these people know. See, the fear that they have right now is that they know that we know. They know that we know. And that is what keeps them on their toes. Some days ago, I watched Tinubu saying that he should allow his father rule, that his father is on the right track, that he should stop insulting his father. You never see anything. The one when they do Jonathan, his father was responsible. When they will label a whole goat, Jonathan, they will carry a coffin and write Jonathan on it. His father was not aware. His father was very, very aware. That was the way the APC came into power, through insults, through intimidation. So you should not even worry. They have not started yet. Between now and election, you will see when. See, people are angry. You can't beat a child and tell the child not to cry or tell the child how to cry. That's not how it works. It doesn't work like that anywhere. So guys, I want to say thank you for joining me on today's episode of An African Perspective. I want to see your comments. I'd like to hear your opinions. I'd like to interact with you in the comment section. So please do well to drop your comments, drop your opinions. I'd like to actually see it. And please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Share this video to as many people as possible. It helps to make my videos more visible. It helps the algorithm to share my videos and put it in the faces of more people. All right, guys. I love you guys. Thank you. God bless.